Hi folks, welcome to a mini mindful yoga video again. If you do have the chance to be outside in the fresh air, that's always recommended. But if not, then you can imagine instead. So picture a beautiful nature scene and imagine that you are standing on maybe a beach or a grass field, whatever works for you. So starting with the feet quite wide apart, so wider than hip distance, we're just going to wake up the body briefly by swinging from side to side. So make sure that the knees and the toes are pointing forwards. Have a little look down to check. That will protect your knees in the long run. And then we're just going to slowly increase the height of the arms swinging round, because that will rotate higher up them in the spine. So again, waking up the back, also the joints in the arms and legs. So you always make sure that you are warmed up before you do any poses. And if you have the flexibility in the arms, you can bring them all the way up to tapping down on the shoulders. You can have a loose fist if you want a bit more pressure, especially if there's been any stress around recently. That's a nice way to release tension in the neck and shoulders, or just gently slap with an open hand, letting the breathing just flow independently of the movement. And then again, with that open hand, we're going to come down the arms. So still twisting, still having that nice rotation in the spine, but we're also stimulating all of the meridians in the arms, all of those channels of energy from acupuncture, shiatsu, all the way down until we're just gently banging back on the body. So stimulating the kidney and the bladder organs at the lower back, all of the organs of the belly at the front, and letting the movement stop almost by itself. Closing the eyes for a moment, or just half closing them, and just noticing if there are any differences already in your body since just a few moments ago before we began to move. Deep breath in and out. And then having a little shake of the legs, the arms. I'm going to show you a little flow now, a Tadasana flow. So Tadasana is one of the most common poses that we do in yoga. So it's standing like a mountain. So feet are hip distance apart. That's what we're going to be doing today. Toes and knees again pointing forwards, just like before. And feel all four corners of the feet. So really spreading out the soles, having a clear connection to the earth beneath. And then lifting also up from that earth so the body is upright. The shoulders can be rotated a few times to the back. So we have a nice open chest. Make room for our precious hearts. And when you're ready, let those shoulders settle slightly back and down. Chin should be parallel to the floor, maybe even taking that chin slightly back a little bit. And then a golden thread lifting the crown of the head up to that beautiful sky above. Perfect timing for the sun to come out. So again, pausing for a moment here, eyes open or just as closed as you're comfortable with, to tune inwards. Find out what your internal weather is like right now. Are things a bit cloudy and grey, or are you feeling sunny and bright? And either way, that's absolutely fine. In mindful yoga, we just practice tuning in, finding out what's going on for us So we're not trying to change that mood necessarily, we're just noticing it, acknowledging it. And then from this nice aligned, open Tadasana mountain pose, we're going to shift all our weight onto one leg that feels most stable. So just have a little pad around from one foot to the other. Find which leg is going to be your tree trunk for today. Root down through the foot, keeping this tree trunk nice and stable as we begin to lift the other knee to the front, opening it out to the side, bringing it against the leg, or if you, like me, are outside and you've got shoes on, you can cross over the front of the standing leg, that tree trunk, and then placing it back down. So we'll do the same on the other side. Again, take your time to root down now through the opposite leg, and then lifting on the in-breath, stretching out on the out-breath, coming into your tree pose, breathing in, wait for your out-breath to lower back down. So we're going to do that from side to side. You can add in the arm as well if you wish. Following your pace of breath. So lifting when your in-breath comes, wait for your out-breath to open out, wait for your in-breath to come into that tree pose, and then out-breath back into the starting position. And if you want to, you can add in both arms, but just find whichever stage feels right for you. And again, in mindful yoga, you are always encouraged to follow your own pace of breath. So if my pace is too quick or slow for you, which is very likely, we all have our own unique rhythm. Then once you've got the routine, work at your own pace. So I'll talk you through the breathing once more. Breathing in to lift, breathing out, open out. Breathe in, tree pose. Breathe out, back to the start. Breathing in, out. Breathing in, out. One more time on each side. And then if you do want to hold the pose, that's absolutely fine. Again, we're just keeping things nice and low and gentle today. So the toes can even stay connected to the floor if that helps you feel more secure. So choose wherever you want your leg to be. Hands we're just keeping in this Namaskara pose. So this is the mudra, M-U-D-R-A. And that simply means hand position that we often again use in yoga. Namaskara mudra. Hands together are very good for concentration, relaxation. Helps to hold this balance. So both sides just roughly the same amount of time. You might find one side is easier on the balance than the other. So again, if you need to have that foot down on the floor, then do so. Okay folks, I'll leave you with that for today. So a nice little warm up by rotating the spine, and then a beautiful calming Tadasana, mountain. And then we had our tree pose flowing nice and gently before we held the pose at the end. So take care all, and look forward to seeing you again next time. Namaste.